versuche es mal über. Na komm. You're live.
Okay. Great. Ja, damit herzlich willkommen. So, very warm welcome to our first live stream of Cadinas. We had some technical problems, so sorry for being late, 5 minutes. And yeah, great that you are here for our first live stream. And today's topic is our search engine 3D Find It. So we will now go through all the different search methods, and we will give you very good information how you find your parts much quicker, and very interesting search methods that you may have not seen yet, but will really give you great benefits in searching for the right products, in also looking for the right replacement of your current products. And for the manufacturers, it's great to see how they can create more downloads on our platforms. So now I would like to hand over to Mr. Jürgen Heimbach, who will now introduce you those search methods. And if you have any questions, you are very welcome to write them into our comments. So I will just turn the camera so you can see our screen.
Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Jürgen, and I will guide you through this session to show you what you can do with the 3D Find It. So before we go to the new visual search engine, what I want to show you today, I want to give you a quick example why 3D Find It is a completely other search engine than the classic search engine. So we can go, for example, on search engines like Google or Bing, and we can search for an item called Windows. So if I'm a planner or if I'm an architect and I'm searching for a window, so I will key in on Google Windows, and then I expect some feedbacks. Feedbacks means here I of course expect a window which I can open or close, which I can bring inside the building. But the classical search engine, of course, they are very horizontal. They have a lot of information and they are providing a lot of different informations. So these search engines are good for me if I'm searching for my next vacation. But if I'm a planner, if I'm an engineer, I need some other information. I need more vertical information. So at this point, I go to 3D Find It, and I start this search engine. And let's also do a search for a window. And you will see that there are much better windows what I need as engineer, as planner, as architect. That is a possibility to really find vertical content out of the technical branch or technical market. So when I found this window information, of course, I can also filter this information, and I can, for example, especially find things from different manufacturers. So that means I select here the right companies. I want to find Windows-based components, and I get always displayed what the manufacturer can deliver. That is a difference to a classic search engine. But of course, we have much more differences to a classic search engine. So, for example, if I be someone out of Germany or Japan or Italy, sometimes I know the item of window in English language, but my problem is that this content is, of course, mixed in different languages. And what is the best way to search in a content without using language? That way is how you can find it is to sketch something. In the next example, we want to find a handle which is connected to a window. So in this case, I could open, for example, a picture, or if I'm smart enough, I also can draw some handle. So in this case, I draw a handle and I add the sketch. And now I want to find a picture or a sketch what I just have drawn. And you see that the results of this search are the different handles from different manufacturers. So in this case, I still get a lot of handles. If I want to go deeper inside, I can also click this picture again. And for example, I can also draw something like a handle which is bended. So I add another sketch and I'm searching now for these two pictures, and you see the results are now more fitting to the two sketches what I just have drawn. So if I wanna filter it again, I get all the manufacturers and the different catalog brands. In this case, I decide for the first handle. And when I open this handle, you see there is a 3D model, and the 3D model in this case can be configured in different sizes. So I can configure it with a table here. For example, I want to have a higher diameter, then I click here and choose the diameter of 28 millimeters. Many of these catalogs also provide that I can directly edit inside the 3D. So for example, I can select the length of 250 and I can tell I want to have a length of 500 millimeter. I select it and it automatically instantly changes. Before we get to the next search, we already see the next search at the bottom. You see that these handle also can be provided by other manufacturers. So there is also another company or 2 or 3 other companies who can provide these handles. That's provided by a 3D search, what I want to show you in the next example. So at this point, we don't want to sketch anything. In this case, we want to load a 3D part. So if you click this item, of course, you'll be able to upload an STL, you can upload a step file, you can upload the OBJ file. There are different formats what we are supporting. You can also upload a Parasolid or Blender format. So in this case, I will upload an STL file, and I'm now searching for this type of bracket. So my definitions are, I want to have a similarity of approximately 80%, and it should be size dependent. That means the part what I find should be in the same size. And now we want to search, and the system will provide me other brackets which are similar to the 3D bracket what I uploaded. So you see there's almost the same bracket from another manufacturer available. In my demo, we don't want to use now this bracket. We want to take the second similar bracket. And you see this bracket looks like very similar to the bracket I just uploaded. So of course, as engineer, you want to compare now these two brackets. So there is a button where you can select, and now you see these two parts vice versa. Of course, you also can overlap these two parts, and you also be able to fit one part to the other part. So there are smart rotation or movements. And now you can see, okay, so let's zoom it to a big screen. This bracket, the green one, what we are searched, can be provided maybe by the red one. Now you be required as engineer to decide whether you can replace the green one with the red one. So the human being, of course, still is required, but the search engine helps you to find similar parts. So for example, at Corona or COVID times, you always have disrupted supply chains. And you searching for another supplier who can supply something similar. That's a good possibility to find it. So what other searches we have available still? So another good search for me is the grid search. Grid search is similar to the 3D search, but in the case of the grid search, I don't have anything available. That means I do not have a table available, for example, out of a Revit or out of an ArchiCAD, but I want to find some table with some requirements. So in this case, we open a parametric generic object, like you have, for example, in systems like Revit or in other CAD system. And this generic object can now be changed. For example, we wanna change this table to a dimensioning of 1100 from the widths, and instantly this table, of course, is changing. And now, because we have a 3D part again, our possibility is that we search for similar parts. So we take a generic object with no supplier information, but now you see other supplier branded chairs which fit inside the grid of another or of this generic object, and you see there's many tables who fulfill the grid and be very similar to the parts what we just configured. So in the architecture, it often also need a color. So in this case, you also can maybe add a fitting color, which should also be required. So the color search, you can start with a color search, but the color search is often a combination out of different searches. So if you're searching for a yellow table, you can later add also a yellow color, and then you will find a yellow table. So that's, by the way, was the search number 4. It was a color search. So we also working, some of the manufacturer catalog already have the information. There we want to do more functional based things. So for example, components who can adjust, you drag and drop, and then you also search additionally. It's more like an additional search if you want to find components which are adjusting, but you don't know how they are called. So in this case, you can also give a functionality. So that's another search, but some of the users maybe only wanna Google through catalogs, so you don't know what you are searching. So in this case, also you be able to browse through the content. So in this case, browsing, you can browse by the logos, of course, and go deeper inside by clicking the directories, and there you can go deeper and deeper inside. That's also a possibility to simple show all the logos, to simple browsing through the catalogs. What we didn't discuss yet is, so what if you find a component, and you need it now for your mechanical CAD system, need it for your architecture CAD system, or need it for your electrotechnique system. So simple, if you want to have this data, you register for free and you go in a download mode. If you go in a download mode, you see there are a lot of formats what you can select. So we are providing something approximately 150 different formats, and these formats containing 2D and 3D information. These downloads are native CAD formats. That means if you have, for example, an NX from Siemens, you directly can download an NX format. Or if you're using the Revit from Autodesk for architecture, you simply here select Autodesk Revit, and then you get a Revit version 2020 or 2017. So there you can select especially what you want to have. So inside the list, you also see 2D. Of course, some of the people who are joining still working with AutoCAD 2D. So in this case, it's quite simple. We also have a 2D annotation functionality. That means all the data which we are providing are also provided in a 2D. So on a 2D, you can have a front view, you can have a right view, you can even have 3D or 3 different views with an isometric, with a frame. You can have an isometric preview. So they are done right at the time what you're selecting this information. We are generate this information at the same time. So what is also different to other platforms is the download of these formats. So you don't have to be anxious that sometimes we only have ArchiCAD format, sometimes we only have a Creo format. Every part have at every time always all these formats available. And that's a big differentiator of the 3D Find It, that we are providing native files, that we always providing all the formats and don't have sometimes only this or this format available. So let me go here to the browsing mode again. So you can browse the catalogs by alphabetic, but for example, if you're searching for an ISO standard, or if you're searching for a DIN standard, you also can search for industry standards and go like for a DIN, you go and search for a DIN 315. So you go 331 and you go, for example, 3115. And then you see, for example, these wing nuts, you see they are available from many manufacturers. So if you only have a DIN or ISO, you also go on in industry standards browsing, and there you get a lot of good hints where you can buy this standard DIN 315. We also supporting E-class or other classification will come in future, where you can go, for example, to a construction market or machine elements. You can go screw, for example, a threaded rod screw, and then you get here the results from the different manufacturers. So that was a small overview over 3D Find It. So I will handle it back to Wolfgang, my colleague, and he will tell you the benefits. So also he can maybe tell you, if you be a manufacturer, it's also very easy to join. So if you be a engineer, it's free for your use. If you be a manufacturer and you want to be a part of 3D Find It, also fill out this formula, and we also can grow you automatically. But maybe Wolfgang will tell you a couple of things.
So, hope you can now see me again. Great. So thank you, Jürgen, for taking your time to show us all the different functionalities. And if you have any questions, maybe you are a user or you are a manufacturer. If you are a user and you have more questions, just write us an email. The best would be on info@cadinas.de, where you will find our email address on our website. Or just, this is my idea, just go on 3D Find It, try to use it, make your own experience, and you will see that you have better ways, quicker ways to find your content. If you are now a manufacturer who want to be part of Redefined It, we really offer a good deal for you. So it's in the basic, in the first step, it's completely for free to join Redefined It. And yeah, there are more or less no arguments against it. You have great visibility among very good and a lot of users. And yeah, this was our first live stream. We will have more live streams coming up. If you have any special topics you want us to talk about, just write us an email and we will make live streams about it. So stay tuned. You will find the links to the live streams on Part Community and also on the YouTube channel of Cadinas. So thank you for your attention. And yeah, it was a pleasure to talk to you and see you on our next live stream.
Yeah. Thank you.